Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is the final installment from our tutorial series on Boeing 737-800 descent and landing. Hope you find this of benefit. Please relax, sit back and let's get into it. So here we are at flight level 290 at cruise level, but the first thing we need to do is start putting our winds in for the descent, as we are only around about 40 miles away from top of descent. So let's go down to the descent page, forecast, and put in the transition level. At this case is 4,500 feet. Then we'll put in winds of 200 at flight level 200, at flight level 150 and one at 100, which is 10,000 feet. Push in the Q and H. One 023, and then what we need to put in is the winds 330 at 15 knots. At flight level 150 the winds are 293 at 6, and then the winds at flight level 100 are 219 at 5 at 2, execute. That's it, init ref, and this is where you have to put our VREF or approach speeds in the actual FMC. So we need to detract 2.8 from 3.4, which leaves you 0.6. Put that in there, so 62.3, which will generate a V speed of flaps 40 at 138. However, you must add 5 on top of that number. So in this case, 143. And there's the 5 calculated. So now what we're going to do is put in our altitude of 7,000. Ready for the descent. And we're going to make sure that we set our radios correctly. So click on the ILS, put in 108.9, activate it to make sure it goes at the top, click it on the first officer's side, put the same code in, click to activate. Set the auto brake to level 3. Set the Q and H to 1023 like we've put in the MCP. your QNH. Set your minimums. So at Brussels the biro-ref is 200 feet, and if you click on radio that will go down to 50 feet. What we're going to do now is put some fixed rings in. So down to the FMC, click on the legs page and find runway 25 right. Click on that button to put in your scratch pad, click on fix, and it'll self-populate on there. Now what you would need to do is put some guides in there. So if we put -10 and then -4, when we look on the PFD displays and zoom out, it will actually show you the rings. We're a little bit too far out at the moment, but they are actually there. I will show you when we get a little bit closer. So we're just about to come to the top of descent. Always make sure that you're changing your heading bug to the direction you're going. And any minute now we should be starting our descent. If there's anything you guys aren't too sure about, please put a comment in down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So here we are, descending. If you look on the PFD displays, the speed is armed. There's LNAV and VNAV path, so therefore it's doing exactly what the computer should be doing. Jump forward a little bit. Make sure, just do the final checks. Make sure the course is set to the runway heading. Your biros are in, your VREF is in, and always keep a close eye on your speed, guys, because this is quite a slippery plane and it can get through the atmosphere really quickly. Double check your ILS is set to the correct frequency. And these are the fixed rings that we put in earlier, so it just gives us a bit of a easier guidance to actually know when to put the flaps down, landing gear, etc. Again, always keep an eye on your speed, guys. So approaching 10,000 feet, it's time to put down the landing lights and do a few more checks. So we're passing 10,000, lights on. Don't put on the taxi line until you've got clearance to land. Engine start switches to continuous. Arm the speed brake. And just keep descending. Don't forget, guys, keep an eye on your speed. I can't stress how important it is to keep an eye on your speed. As you can see on the PFD that's just come up, you can see that the ILS is tuned. So we know that we're on the correct frequency now. So it's all about slowing down, managing your speed. That buzzing, guys, was the 1,000 feet above where we're supposed to be. So therefore we've got to think now we need to start descending even more to around about 2,000 feet to capture the ILS. Are looking good so far. On the turn, we should be thinking about our first stage of flaps. So flaps 1. Flaps. Now, as you see, the speed of the plane should be descending, and it's slowly going down. So set a bit of speed brake. Also set the QNH to the pressure. And just keep slowly descending. As we can see, the speed is reducing ever so slowly, and we need to capture the ILS, which is that white little diamond. So we're slowly reducing to flaps 1. Let's go down to flaps 5. To reduce the speed a little bit more. It's all looking good so far, nice and stable. We're slowly coming up to 10 miles to capture the ILS. Now when the ILS is to be captured, that little white diamond will go to a pink diamond, and that will give you the guidance of the ILS. So it tells you that it's been captured and we're on the glide slope. So let's arm the approach by clicking the approach button, and you can see there VOR, lock and single channel, so therefore it's capturing the ILS, so it's within range. Again, 1,000 feet above where we're supposed to be, and everything's looking good so far. So let's go to flaps 15. If the throttle gets out of the way. Gear down. And we are slowly reducing the speed, and we're just about to capture the ILS now. There you go, it's captured. The diamond's gone from white to pink. And now we're descending on the glide. So about 600 feet to go. We've reduced the speed to 147 knots, which is our VREF speed. Keeping the plane level. $300 to go. Disengage the automatic throttle and start to do the flare. Close the throttle and it should just land nicely on the tarmac. Try to keep the centre line as much as possible. 100 knots. Manual braking, reverse, cancelled, and we're here at Brussels. Just a few things to clean up. Turn off the landing lights. Make sure the engines go to the off position. Start the APU and turn off the landing lights. And that's it, guys. All you need to do, reset your flaps, and taxi to the gate.